Quad plus lateral. That is, what is the meaning of quad? Quad means 4, lateral means side. So any curve with 4 sides is called quadrilateral. Okay. So here the quadrilateral include 4 vertices A, B, C, D, and A, B, B, C, C, D, D, A, and 4 angles. That is angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D here. So any quadrilateral can be divided into 2 triangles here. So that is, if you draw this is called diagonal here. If you connect opposite verses, they are called as diagonals. This quadrilateral can be divided into 2 triangles. So sum of total angles in a quadrilateral is, as each triangle takes 180 degrees, sum of these 2 triangles is 180 plus 180, 360 degrees. So sum of all angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Fine. Next, if you do it properly here, sum of here in a quadrilateral, sum of internal adjacent angles is equal to 180 degrees. That is, angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree, angle B plus angle C plus angle D, angle D plus angle D. Any sum of interior angles, adjacent interior angles is 180 degrees. I classify types of quadrilaterals based on sides here. So regarding the 4 sides. So once I classify this, then discuss about its diagonals and how they are bisecting and whether they are perpendicular or not. What is a bisecting? Bisecting means dividing into 2 equal parts. Fine. All sides are equal, have 2 curves, that namely square and rhombus. Square and rhombus. What is the difference between square and rhombus? Here in the square, all sides are equal and angle between any 2 adjacent sides is 90 degrees. Okay, so this is regarding square. And where in rhombus, all sides are equal and it's here, the angle between 2 adjacent sides is not 90 degrees here. So if you see it properly here, angle between this AD and AB here is 90 degrees here. Whereas here, angle between difference between AB and AD is not 90 degrees here. So, but what is common here in these 2? All sides are equal. All sides are equal. When you draw these diagonals, that is AD and BD. So this length of this diagonal is same as length of this diagonal. In addition to that, the 2 diagonals bisect each other. That is divides equally. Suppose this length is A. Suppose this length is some x here. So bisecting here means this length will become x by 2, this length becomes x by 2 here. As this diagonal is equal to this diagonal here. So here also it gets bisect here, x by 2 here. As this, so each part, this part along with this diagonal will make a triangle here. And here, whenever all sides are equal, the diagonals will bisect each other and makes right angle triangle at point of meeting. That is, so here they are meeting here, they are bisecting here. So here, these 2 diagonals will make 90 degrees here. Okay, so this is possible when all sides are equal. When all sides are not equal, this making 90 degree is not possible at point of bisection. Clear? So as here it is 90, here it is 90 here again. As these 2 are 90, so this is also 90, this is also 90. And because of diagonals are equal and diagonals are bisecting at each other, the length of this side and length of this side is same. So this forms isosceles right angle triangle. That is, here one angle is 90 degree and these 2 angles are same. So that same is equal to 45 degrees here. So when you have taken the quadrilateral as square, where all sides are equal and at the angle between 2 sides is diagonals are equal in length, bisect each other and they make 90 degrees at the diagonals meeting point, and the length of this and this is same, and this angle it acts as this diagonal acts as a angular bisector, because total it is 90 degree, it is 45 degree means this is acting as a angular bisector. Got it? Next, go for rhombus. What is the difference between square and rhombus? Square is perfect shape here. If you tilt this side and this side, it is there like this. Just tilt like this, just move like this. Then it becomes like a rhombus. So in rhombus, all sides are equal and angle between 2 adjacent sides is not 90 degrees. Not 90 degrees. Okay. So with here inside, when you go inside, obviously length of diagonals will not be same. because it's tilted now. It is like this. It is tilted now. So this distance will be more compared to this distance. So diagonals length are not same. When diagonals are same, they cannot act as angular bisectors now. So obviously here the angle between this diagonal and the side is not 45 degrees now here. But what is it? As all sides are equal here, two diagonals bisect each other and makes 90 degrees at point of intersection. You got this 90 degrees making right angle triangle because of all sides are equal. So now when you talk about this triangle here, here it is making 90 degrees. This length is different to this length. So if it is theta, in it, this is acts as a triangle here. So completely it has to be 180 degrees, and it is 90 degrees. This is theta. It is nothing but 90 minus theta. Like this you can form it. The conclusions in rhombus is the diagonals bisect each other, right? They will divide equally, but not in equal lengths. Next, at point of bisection, the diagonals make 90 degrees. Okay, and as these lengths are not same, this angle is not 45 degree. Got it? Got it? So only thing you have to remember is the difference between square and rhombus is it is making here isosceles right angle triangle. Here it is not making isosceles right angle triangle. That is the difference between here. And here the diagonal length is same. Here the diagonal length is not same. Not same, but they divide equally. So if this is completely some y, it is divided by y by 2, y by 2. It is completely as x, it is divided by x by 2, x by 2. But these two are not same because of tilted. All sides are not equal. All sides are not equal, but they are parallel to each other. Then we have two curves. There is parallelogram and rectangle. So rectangle has four sides where two sides are equal and parallel, and angle between it to adjacent side is 90 degrees. The difference between rectangle and square is here all sides are not equal. Here all sides are equal. Other than this, everything is same here. As they are making here 90 degrees perfectly, they are in perfect shape. When we have perfect shape, the diagonals are same here. When they are not perfect, like they are tilted like this length is more compared to this length. When it is straight, very straight here, this length will be same as this length. So the diagonals lengths are same here, and they bisect each other. Obviously, bisect means divided by equally. That is, they divide like this is divided into D and D. So what is difference between this square and rectangle? Here that point of contact, they don't make right angle triangles at point of contact. Okay, because of sides are not equal, here all these diagrams doesn't make 90 degrees at point of same, and as divided equally, this D will be same. As one angle, this angle is not known, we cannot say this is isosceles, but we cannot say what is this angle here. Unlike here. Now come to parallelogram here. So diagonals bisect each other, but these lengths are not same. Lengths are not same. Suppose if this length is x here, it is divided into x by 2, x by 2. This length is not x here. If you take this length, this is not x, this is y. Because this length is smaller, this length is larger, so obviously they will not be same. The diagonals are not same here, but they bisect each other. And obviously they don't make 90 degrees at point of meeting. Now, only one side is parallel, and the other side is not parallel. That is, AB is parallel to CD. So this side, which is AD and CB, they are not parallel. This is called trapezium. If you draw here, E is midpoint of AD, F is midpoint of CB, then this is a line. So if you check it, the length of this EF, length of this AF is half of total length of AB plus CD. Okay, this is just conclusion of trapezium. And if there is a meeting point between diagonals, here obviously diagonals are not bisecting each other, and they don't make right angle triangle. But one thing is here, the ratio of this division is same as the ratio of this division. That is, AO by OC is equal to BO by OD. Thus ratio is same in trapezium. Fine. Next we will discuss about cyclic quadrilateral here. What is cyclic? Cyclic is nothing but circle, quadrilateral is nothing but which has four sides here. Okay. If a quadrilateral is inscribed, that is inside a circle, that is called as cyclic quadrilateral. Yes, then what is the advantage of the cyclic quadrilateral? So take here, first advantage is, whenever a quadrilateral is inscribed in a circle, the sum of opposite angles is 180 degrees. That is, B plus D is equal to 180 degrees, A plus C is equal to 180 degrees. Normally, without this circle, normally in a quadrilateral, sum of adjacent angles is 180 degrees and opposite angles are same normally. But here, the sum of opposite angles is equal to 180 degrees. Why? As you know, when I discuss about circumradius, so the angle, so if AC curve is making an angle beta here, the same AC line will make angle of 2 beta at origin. Similarly, here take this ADC curve here. So if AC is making alpha here, same AC will make 2 alpha at origin. Okay, now we know this circle is 360 degrees, that is 2 alpha plus 2 beta is equal to 360 degrees, where alpha plus beta is equal to 180 degrees. That is alpha plus beta is equal to 180. That is arm of opposite angles here is 180 degrees, that is supplementary. This happens only in circle because this concept of alpha becoming 2 alpha happens only in circle. So that's why cyclic quadrilateral sum of opposite angles is 180 degrees. Now we'll go to second inference here. If a side is extended here like BE, then exterior angle for B is equal to opposite interior angle. It is also very simple because sum of these two angles is 180 degrees here. So as it is straight line, 180 minus something here. So if you have theta here, it will be 180 minus theta here. Okay, sum of this has to be 180, so this will be theta here. So this side and this side is same. That is exterior angle. Let's discuss about polygon here. Polygon is nothing but a curve with n sides here. Poly means n is not fixed here. N can be any value. Then we call it as polygon. If n is 3, we call this polygon as triangle. N is 4, we call them as quadrilateral. N is 5, we call them as pentagon. Like this we call based on n value here. So irrespective of n value, we are discussing here about polygons here. So sum of all interior angles in a polygon is n minus 2 into 180 degrees here. So why it is 180 degrees? So sum of interior angles in a polygon can be decided based on only how many triangles that can be drawn in a polygon. So you know the triangle, the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. If you take for quadrilateral, we divide into two equal triangles. So total sum of interior angles is 360 degrees here. If n is 4 here, pentagon 5 vertices here. So how many triangles can be made here? 1, 2, 3 here. 180, 180, 180. So this is total 180s are 3 180s here. So the formula here is n minus 2, 180 here. So in order to form a closed curve, minimum vertices we required is 3 here. So below 3 it is not possible. That's why the formula starts from n minus 2 here. So if n is 3, if you substitute here it is 180, that is triangle. N is 4, if you substitute here it is quadrilateral. N is 5, if you substitute here you will get 540. So everything in terms of 180 degrees, that is sum of all exterior angles, its fixed value is 360 degrees. Irrespective of the angle value, sum of all exterior angles is 360 degrees. Now to explain this, I'll take an example here. What is exterior angle here? So if angle A is here, you extend this side here, the other part is called as exterior angle. So this is interior angle, this is exterior angle. If it is A, it is 180 minus A. Okay, so take this part, I'll call this X here. For this, I'll call this Y. For C angle, the exterior angle is Z here. So try to cut this X value here and copy here. This is X and this is Y and this is Z. It forms a circle here. So total angles in a circle is 360 degrees here. Okay. Now, if you want only one each exterior angle in a regular polygon, you decide upon number of sides it has. If n is 3 here, each exterior angle will be 360 degrees divided by n here. So if n is 3 here, that is for triangle, 360 divided by 3, it is equal to 120 degrees. That means that each exterior angle will be decided based on n value here. So total is 360, and if you want 1, so based on n sides, if it is n is 3 means 360 by 3, if it is n is 4 means 360 by 4. So exterior angle, each exterior angle will be decided based on n value here. Now if you want each interior angle, already you found exterior angle here. You know sum of interior angle plus exterior angle is equal to 180 degrees. That is fixed already. So as you know each exterior angle, you can subtract that exterior angle there and get interior angle. That is 180 degrees minus 360 divided by n, which is gives you interior angle. Each interior angle, I'm telling you, each interior angle Okay, fine. Total sum is this one. Total sum of exterior angle is this one. Each into exterior angle is this one. Each diagonals can be drawn for a polygon. If we for polygon, how many number of diagonals can be made? What are the requesting point for a diagonal to make? We require two opposite vertices to not make them as a diagonal. So if you check it properly, it is nothing but minimum number of vertices required to make a diagonal is 4. That's why the formula starts with n into n minus 3 by 2, where n takes the value of greater than 3 here. Here n takes the value of greater than 3 here. If you substitute 3, n into 3, 3 minus 3 becomes 0. So number of diagonals is 0. So that's it. That's what in the triangle. Triangle that you cannot make any diagonals here. So diagonal concept starts only from quadrilateral. N is equal to 4. So the formula is n into n minus 3 by 2. How you got this formula can be explained with the concept of combinations and permutations. I'll tell you when I discuss the topic.
Please subscribe to my channel Connecting Minds and please share link with your friends. Jai Hind.